What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fight Dialogue. My name is Tim, and this is the first ever fight companion for the Fight Dialogue. I'm excited. I got out of work early, and I figured, let's give it a shot. Got a big card on tonight. Should be fun. I'm going to try to give a little bit of a play-by-play here and give my commentary for the fights that are happening. I'll tell you guys where I'm at in the rounds. That way you guys can kind of sync it up. I don't have a fancy time clock like Joe Rogan. And just so you know, I'm not wearing these glasses so you can see the reflection of the fights. I know that may seem that way, but I'm actually wearing glasses because I just got new glasses. Never used to have glasses before. Now I do. So right now we've got the walkouts of Jessica Andrade, and everybody pretty much picked Andrade to win that I spoke to. Everybody on the Discord, everybody in the fight picking contest that we've got going on. So I'm fully expecting Andrade to win. But Cynthia Calvillo, I think her name is, she's a good fighter. If she does win this fight, it would be by some kind of clever point strategy, by winning by decision. It's basically the only way I see her taking it. Lucas Acevedo in the room. What's up, man? PJ Rivera. All right. Former champ Jessica Andrade. Was her last fight against Valentina Shevchenko? I feel like it was. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. She looks focused, man. Looks ready to go. How about those last fights at the end of the prelims? My God, they were good. A lot of great fights tonight. So far, as expected, there's a lot of submissions so far. There's a bunch of jiu-jitsu aces on the card, and we've seen some rear naked chokes and stuff so far. Merab Dvalishvili versus Marlon Moraes was just insane. Just an insane fight. I'm glad that it didn't go the distance, because if it did, I have no idea how I would have scored that first round. Cynthia Calvillo ranked number 5. Jessica Andrade ranked number 1. All right. And I'm listening to this with no commentary, guys. The only thing that I can hear is the sound of my own voice. So I am not going to be playing off anything that the announcers are saying. This is going to be 100% purely my commentary of what's going on. Calvillo looks pretty pumped too. Record is 9-2-1. She's Andrade usually has like the physique advantage against most of the people she fights, and Calvillo actually looks like she's not ripped, like she's not super toned, but you can tell she's got a good amount of muscle on her. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the first fight companion we are doing on the Fight Dialogue. Jessica Andrade, 21-9. I didn't realize she had that many losses. She looks like she's ready to go. She looks like she's going to come out like a crazy person. Let's see what happens. Herb the Predator Dean. Herb Dean used to be a not a UFC fighter, but an MMA fighter. His nickname was the Predator. I'm guessing because of his dreadlocks. Jessica Andrade is the first woman with 20 UFC fights. Interesting. All right, they touch gloves, and we are good to go. Time clock for me says 4 minutes and 49 seconds if you want to try to sync that up. Andrade throwing a couple kicks. Excuse me. Calvillo's backing away, jabbing her, but Andrade seems to definitely be pushing the pace here, trying to get her up against the fence. Calvillo's looking good with her footwork. She's trying to angle off, get her back off the cage. Andrade is just pressuring her, though. Just landed a really nice rear leg roundhouse kick to the leg of Calvillo. Calvillo's trying to keep her away with kicks of her own. Not really landing, but just threatening with. Just landed a nice side kick, Calvillo did. She's getting caught up against the fence, though. Oh, big punches thrown. Calvillo seemed to get the worst of that exchange. Andrade is on top of her, man. She's not letting her breathe. She is right in her face. Calvillo is trying to jab her way off the fence. Switching stance a little bit. Andrade just landed a nice inside leg kick. Still being pressured by Andrade. She's getting caught up against the fence. I mean, she's doing a lot of the right things to try and get out. She's changing direction, going back and forth, trying to circle out wide, trying to punch her way out, trying to jab her way out. But Andrade is just undeterred. Oh, she just landed a big right hand. But when Andrade gets excited, dude, she has her hands so low. That's what got her in trouble in the Weili Zhang fight. And Calvillo just countered her with a nice shot of her own. Landed a nice jab, Cynthia. Oh, man, she just got rocked with a big left hook. Andrade is charging forward. She's landing hooks. Calvillo's all right now, but she definitely took some big punches. Tried to land a shot to the body, and Andrade kicked her for her trouble. This is interesting. Oh, Calvillo just landed a nice one too, actually. They exchanged kicks. She landed some good shots to the body, Cynthia did. Oh, man. Andrade is after her, man. Big looping punches. All right, now Cynthia's in the center of the octagon a little bit here. Let's see if she can stay here. She can't back up at this point. She knows she's going to get hurt if she does. She's doing a better job of circling now. Andrade is still trying to pressure her, still trying to cut off the cage. And now she's having success with that once again. Cynthia's back up against the cage. Oh, she thought about a takedown there, used it to get to the center of the octagon. That was smart. Cynthia's got a good jab, man. She's got good straight punches. And Andrade actually just used some head movement. That was bizarre. Andrade is continuously pressuring. Ooh, man. That was a nice flurry from Andrade. Cynthia, she has a nice one too, and then as she tries to fade back, Andrade just unloads with hooks. And she's had success with the left hook. Well, there we go. Right hooks now from Andrade. Cynthia's got a good chin though, man. Oh, she just ate an uppercut. She's covering up against the fence. She's all right now. Oh, Andrade is on her again. Big right hands. Oh, man, this might be it right here. Yep. Wow. Dude, she just unloaded on her with right hands. Andrade with the win. That was interesting. That was a good fight. And it was vintage Andrade. Just unrelenting pressure, big punches, and a knockout finish. TKO. Standing TKO. I mean, I don't like to see fights stopped in the standing position that often. She did eat a lot of unanswered shots, though. Let's see it again. Big right hands, man. And she was circling right into him, Cynthia was. Like when she tried to evade, she would just circle right into those hooks. This is the last sequence here. She landed an uppercut, which I think she landed 2 uppercuts, which really hurt her. And then Andrade just would not let her off the hook. Got her up against the fence again. And then Cynthia's just covering up here, and Andrade is just unloading with right hands continuously. Standing TKO. It was about 3/4 of the way through the first round, something like that. Very nice. Al is in the chat. My buddy, Aldrich Warner. He's right. This card has been incredible so far. What do you guys think of that fight? Are we all watching it at the same time? Or are you just listening to the sultry sound of my voice? How's the audio coming in? I had some difficulties setting it up for some reason. Guys, if you're in the chat and you just joined us, we're watching UFC 226. Jessica Andrade just got a TKO against Cynthia Calvillo. And, yeah, first fight companion. I guess I picked a good card to do that for because we've seen some good fights so far. You may notice I'm also trying to, keep composed. I'm usually a little bit more animated when I'm watching fights, but I also have my kid asleep in the room just down the hall, so I don't want to wake him up. So I'm going to try to react and be as animated as possible without being obnoxious, which sounds like a very challenging thing to do. Prelims were very good. Very, very good. Dan Hooker. You know, Dan Hooker looked really good in his fight. But I want to say, he was a head taller than Haqparast. I did not think he was that much bigger than Haqparast. And, you know, Nasrat, he doesn't really do anything else but box. He has great hands. He's got excellent hands. And he landed a couple good combinations on Dan Hooker. But Hooker just stayed on him. It was a lot like this fight that just happened with Andrade and Calvillo. Like Hooker was just pressuring him like a madman and just getting him up against the fence, using his range. And he used a lot of wrestling in the fight too. And you could tell that Haqparast just did not have a single answer of what to do when he got taken down by Hooker. So I don't know. Haqparast has lost before in the UFC, but I think this fight really exposed him in terms of being one-dimensional. So good win for Hooker, and I'm glad he got back in the win column, especially after that, devastating loss to Chandler. But you got to remember too, Haqparast was unranked, I'm pretty sure. I want to see where Dan Hooker is at in the pecking order of the ranked fighters. Tail of the tape, what is up? Andrade is going to be a good gatekeeper at women's flyweight. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you are right. It's going to be like the Anthony Smith, like Anthony Smith is for 205. Lucas Acevedo says, man, I hope you don't mind, but I'm muting the stream here when the fight is going on because it looks like there is a small delay in the transformation here in Brazil. Yeah, I would imagine so. Quite a long ways away. That's why at the beginning of the fight, I kind of was giving you an idea of where I was at in the stream. It's hard to sync it up, even when you have the time clock on the screen. You know, a couple times I've watched the Joe Rogan Fight Companion and tried to sync it up, and it's difficult. You got to be on top of it. And I don't have a fancy clock like Joe. I'm not that good yet. So that's fine, man. I'm just glad you're here. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe, obviously, if you're not already. My knee's feeling a lot better. I don't know if you guys watched the last podcast, but I was talking about how I fucked up my knee. And apparently it was an MCL sprain. I actually did end up going to the doctor, got it looked at. It's an MCL sprain. It's feeling pretty good now. I was training this morning. I wasn't rolling or anything. I was just drilling, and I was showing some white belts a couple moves. So I'm good now. I think I should be able to start rolling again soon. All right, now we got to watch a couple DraftKings commercials because, of course, anytime anybody gets a finish, we're doomed to watch commercials for the next 20 minutes. I wish I could do these fight companions all the time. Honestly, I would have started them before. It's so difficult, though. I work a Tuesday through Saturday schedule. I've been on that schedule for like my entire adult life. And I work 3 to 11. So whenever I'm at home, that's when, or whenever I'm at work, rather, that's when the fights are going on. Hi. My wife's over there in the corner giving me dirty looks. Oh, what's next? Who is next on this card here? I honestly forgot. Oh, yes. Curtis Blades and Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Before we talk about that, let's see what Tale of the Tape's talking about here. He says, I hope Nick puts on a good showing tonight. I feel like I'm disrespecting Robbie Lawler a little bit, picking against him, but I'm sticking to it. Yeah, you know what? I picked Nick Diaz as well because for as much controversy that's going around about Nick Diaz, you know, the weight change, the rumor that he got knocked out in training, and maybe just the general shape that he's in, and obviously the fact that he's been gone for 6-7 years out of the octagon, maybe even more. Those are definitely things that are going to give you a red flag in terms of how his performance may or may not be. But Robbie Lawler hasn't looked that great in his last couple fights, let's be honest. And, you know, I think Nick Diaz is a little bit more dynamic in his overall style. Robbie, I mean, even in the fights that he won, he's relied almost entirely on his boxing. He hasn't really wrestled that much. He hasn't even really kicked that much. So I think if we see even a shadow of the Nick Diaz that we've seen in the past, it will be a good fight. Because we're just going to see a little bit more out of him. And Robbie Lawler, I hope they both put up good showings. I don't want to see either guy get knocked out or hurt very badly. Lucas Acevedo asks, what do you think about Merab at 125? If he can make the weight, 125. Merab is so big, dude. I don't know if he's making 125. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. He's a big dude. Like, he may not be the tallest guy at 135, but he's a thick boy. Man, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. I feel bad for Moraes, dude. Three or four knockouts in a row now? Not good. Given Zero Fox. I like your name, sir. Given Zero Fox. I give Zero Fox as well. Nick's weight change is more successful gamemanship, in my opinion. Perfect timing. And if you look at Nick, he came in much bigger. So, given Zero Fox is saying that it's all a game, it's all a strategy by the Nick Diaz camp. And you may be right. You may be right. Hyena 95, or Hyena. I don't know how to read. Hyena 95, Aljo out due to injury, but cornered Merab. I'm confused. Well, I mean, it's just cornering him. And isn't Aljo out because of he got neck surgery? I got the same neck surgery he did, actually. Cervical fusion, spinal fusion. Colby put on a sort of Nick Diaz style of pitter-patter boxing clinic against Robbie Lawler and dominated with it. But Robbie doesn't have to worry about takedowns with Nick. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't really see this fight going to the ground. But if it does, we're all pretty certain of who has the advantage there. All right, what do we got going on? All right, we got the walkouts right now. Jairzinho Rosenstrike. He's about to step into the octagon. Biggie boy. One of the only Suriname fighters in UFC. Oh, it says right here, first native Suriname fighter in the UFC ever. And I don't think there's another one currently. Suriname, little country in South America. And they speak Dutch there. It used to be a Dutch colony. Speaking of one-dimensional, I don't like to put people on blast like this, but Jairzinho needs to bring something else to the table or he ain't going to win this fight against Curtis Blaydes. Because I know Curtis Blaydes is, he got knocked out before, but, so has Jairzinho. And this is heavyweight we're talking about. Anybody can get knocked out at any given point in time. Like, it's not that surprising of a notion. But Curtis Blaydes, in terms of being a more complete fighter, he's definitely a little bit closer to that mark than Jairzinho. My Discord screen ain't loading. What the fuck? Whatever. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson says he's taking Blaydes. Yeah, I picked Blaydes to win this as well. But these are two highly ranked guys. Like, you definitely don't want to look past Jairzinho. He's really tough. And even though Overeem doesn't have like the best ground game in the world, he does have some pretty dangerous ground and pound. And he took Jairzinho down in their fight, if I'm not mistaken, and he was able to come out of that fight pretty unscathed for the most part. Both of these guys have the tendency to be a little bit boring at times, but when they have their moments of brilliance, it's great to watch. Curtis Blaydes' wrestling is just so dominant, and he's got just killer ground and pound. Jairzinho, man, he's a good kickboxer, and sometimes his fights are a little bit boring to watch. He does a little bit too much standing and staring at people, but when he goes and when he explodes, he's fucking scary. All right, they're about to do these announcements real quick here, at least on my stream. Curtis Blades ranked number 4, and Jairzinho is ranked number 6. It's going to be interesting. I think this fight is going to be determined by who has the speed advantage. And if I had to guess, I think it would be Curtis Blades. The speed to get in there without getting hit. Curtis Blades 2 inches taller. A little bit heavier. And with a little bit longer reach. Might not play that big of a factor, though, if he decides not to strike with Jairzinho, which I believe would be in his best interest not to strike with Jairzinho. Rozenstruik is 12-2. His only losses have been to Mr. Cerrone and Mr. Francis Ngannou, the 2 current champs at the moment, as the belt is ununified. Let's see what we got. All right. And with the red tape on his gloves, Curtis Blades, 14-3-1. He only lost to Ngannou twice, right? Or was his no contest against Ngannou? I know he lost once to Ngannou cleanly, and he also lost to Derek Lewis, which was his most recent fight, if I'm not mistaken. He looks pumped, though. This fight kind of flew under the radar. Not a lot of people were talking about it in the lead up to this card. And here we go. Round 1. I'll let you guys know what time I'm at when I see a time clock. All right. No touch of gloves. Round 1, 4:54 I'm at. 4:52, 4:51. All right. Curtis Blades, a little bit lighter on his feet. Jairzinho's coming after him now. And Curtis Blades, they're both in the center of the octagon right here, kind of circling slowly. Blades is a little bit more upright in his stance, bouncing around on his toes, a little bit more side-to-side movement. Jairzinho seems like he's ready to uncork massive damage, though. He seems very tense. Took a couple straight jabs. Tried a left hook. Curtis got out of there. Curtis is jabbing him, and now he's switching his stance a little bit. I wonder why. I think he might prefer to wrestle from the opposite stance. Nope, I was wrong. He just shot in for a takedown from the orthodox stance, and he got Jairzinho to the ground with a beautiful outside trip. He's in side control now. And he's turning him towards the fence. So he's got Jairzinho parallel with the fence right now. We're at 3:38 on the clock right now on my stream. Curtis Blades trying to set himself up to throw some elbows. Jairzinho's actually trying to throw elbows from the bottom. He's got a frame. He's got both forearms in front of him, which is good. It looks like he's trying to block the mount, but Curtis Blades doesn't really seem like he wants to mount at this point. He's actually posturing up. He's going to throw some big shots here. Yep. It's an interesting position. You don't usually see people posture up from side control, but because of the way Curtis Blades has him up against the fence, he's pretty confident he can keep him on the ground. Jairzinho's actually getting to an elbow now. He's starting to get up. He's eating some shots for his trouble, but he was eating shots anyway. This is a smart move by Jairzinho. He's starting to get up. He's on one knee. He's almost up, but he's eating some shots now. He's halfway there. He's got to go. He's made it this far. He's got to go. Easier said than done. He does have a 260-pound man on his back, but this is not a good spot to be in. Oh, he kind of hooked the glove there. That might have been accidental, but that was definitely fingers in the glove. Okay, now they're both up to their feet. Curtis Blades is behind him, and then Jairzinho exploded forward, and they're back to the center. It was a good get up by Rosenstruik, and Curtis Blades got some good offense in on the bottom, or on the top rather. Big 1-2 misses for Curtis. Jairzinho gets it back to the center. Jairzinho very tentative, man. Now he's scared of that takedown. The speed advantage belongs to Curtis Blades here, definitely. Curtis Blades is throwing jabs. Jairzinho's getting hit, and he's trying to throw back, but Curtis is not there when he throws back. If Rosenstruik wants to land, he's going to have to be first. And he's going to have to throw more than one shot. Right now, it looks like he's trying to fade back and counter with a big hook. But Blades isn't there. Blades is not there for that counter. Blades moving his head, switching his stance a little bit, changing levels. He just faked with an ankle pick there. Switched back to orthodox. Throwing some jabs. Oh. Curtis Blades threw a kick and Jairzinho caught it and actually landed a good shot or two. They're back in the center. Curtis is moving around a little bit, moving his head side to side. Throwing a couple fakes, and Jairzinho's reacting to the fakes. Just got jabbed in the face twice. One jab was from orthodox, and two jabs now was from southpaw from Mr. Blades. Now he's back in orthodox. I like this, man. He's given Jairzinho a lot of different looks. Jairzinho just exploded with a 1-2, and the first punch may have landed. Jairzinho kind of shuffled forward like he was going to explode at the last second there, and too little too late. That was the end of the first round. Curtis looks like he's in good condition. He's not breathing too heavy. Didn't really take any shots for the most part. Daniel Cormier's putting a bunch of arrows on the screen. Oh, because he's talking about wrestling, of course. It really wasn't that good of a shot, like the wrestling shot that Curtis took. But because he got Jairzinho to the fence, he was able to finish it with a nice outside trip. But the wrestling setups tend to be a little bit more cavemanish in MMA because they can be. Because you have a barrier to pin somebody up against, which is always convenient. All right, round number 2. They're back in the center. We are at 451, 450, 449 in the second round. Blades still has very good movement. Jairzinho's throwing a bit more. That's good. He's got to get around back here. He's got to be more active. I know he's probably afraid of the takedown at this point, but threaten with the uppercut. Threaten with things that are going to disincentivize that takedown. He hasn't done any of that yet. He's thrown a couple hooks, and then he's thrown a couple straight shots. But other than that, we haven't seen much out of Jairzinho. Blades still showing good movement. He was in southpaw for a moment. Now he's in orthodox. Jabbing. 3 jabs in a row. None of them landed. But he's giving him different looks. Jairzinho's showing a little bit of head movement here. But for the most part is standing still in front of Curtis. Just threw a 2-punch combination. None of them landed. Threw a left hook. It was blocked. Curtis throwing a couple kicks. Nothing doing there. Not much has happened yet in the second round. We're at 319. Big swing and a miss from Jairzinho. It looks like Jairzinho's trying to parry with his right hand. Oh, and counter with his left, which he actually had success with right there. He parried the jab of Curtis with the right hand, and he's trying to counter with the left. He just stuffed a takedown by Blades. That was a poorly timed shot. There he is right there. I'm liking this from Jairzinho. That's a good read. He's got a little bit of side-to-side head movement. He just ate a jab there. But watch that. Watch that parry with the right hand, and then he's looping over the top with the left hook. Now Curtis Blades is showing him some other stuff. Curtis Blades needs to start to fake that jab a little bit. But he's also jabbing from two different stances. So it's going to be hard for Jairzinho, depending on what stance he's in. Jairzinho hasn't switched stances yet. He's stayed in orthodox the entire time. Good jab by Curtis Blades right there. And now he's back in southpaw. Jab to the body. He almost ate a right hand from Jairzinho because of it, though. Tried to kick. Jairzinho got out of the way of it. He landed a few of the kicks in the first round, but now Jairzinho's wise to it. He's gotten out of the way of all the kicks since then. Check left hook by Blades landed cleanly. Oh! Jairzinho just landed a flying knee as Curtis Blades tried to shoot in for a takedown. He shoots in for another one and he gets it. That was a much better timed takedown. He's in the full guard, full open guard of Jairzinho. He's landed a couple elbows. Now he's giving him a can opener right now. Not that he really needs to. The guard is open. Typically, the can opener is used to open the legs or open the guard of the opponent. Jairzinho's legs are already open, and now Curtis Blades has passed into half guard. And he's landing elbows from there. This is bad for Jairzinho. And he has no idea. He has no idea what he's doing on the ground. His guard is wide open. Curtis Blades can pass at any point. He's trying to heel kick him now. Okay, now he's got his half guard locked up. Looks like he's trying to shrimp a little bit, and now he's punching him in the back of the head. Jairzinho is. His half guard is barely locked up. I mean, if you're going to open it, fine, but you need to open it and move. Jairzinho is on his side right now, which is beneficial, but he does not have an underhook. He needs an underhook with his left hand right now in order to get up. Right now, all he's doing is holding Curtis Blades to him. And that is the end of the second round. Oh, man. Curtis Blades has a nasty cut, nasty swelling under his eye right now. I don't know what happened. We did see that flying knee land. I don't know if that was the strike that did it, but that was definitely Jairzinho's best strike of the entire fight. It's pretty nasty. His eye's swelling up real good. They've got the end swell on it. Let's see if they show the replay. Yep. Yeah, it was the flying knee. He timed it perfectly. As soon as Curtis ducked in for the takedown, he got kneed right in the face. But the second time he shot in, he got it. And he spent the rest of the round on top. So he still might have won that round, Curtis Blades. We're about to start the third. Let's see how it goes. A small victory for Jairzinho, though. Maybe he'll smell blood in this third round. All right, 4:52 in the third round. All right, they're in an open stance right now. Jairzinho in orthodox, Curtis in southpaw, and now he just switched to orthodox himself. These guys are still moving pretty well, even Jairzinho. I expected him to be a little bit more tired considering he was bearing the other man's weight for most of the fight, or for a large portion of it. Blades is shifting stances quite often. I've never really noticed that from him, but then again, I've never really analyzed his striking before. I've always kind of taken note of his grappling. But this version of his striking, if he's never used it before, it's a very welcome change to it because it's working well for him. He's out striking an established kickboxer right now. Oh, he just landed a nice left hook and a right hand. Curtis did. All right. Jairzinho is still trying to milk some success out of that parry left hook counter. But so far, he has not been able to. Not since the middle of the second round. Curtis shoots in for a takedown, gets it, but then Jairzinho elevates him, and we're back into full guard. His guard is wide open. That was interesting because that was a heavy blast double from Curtis Blades, but he blasted into it a little too much. He overcommitted and actually flew past Jairzinho, but Jairzinho was not fast enough to get up. And now Curtis is on top. Oh, he's trying to get up here. He pushed him away with the legs. Curtis is standing over him. And Jairzinho's trying to windmill his legs. He's trying to strike from here. He needs to get up, dude. He should have used that opportunity. Now Blaze is on top. Now he's in half guard. He's going to land big elbows from here. And this is where the rest of the fight is going to take place, I have a feeling. Landing some small shots. It's looking like he's trying to pass the half guard, which should not be too difficult. Oh, big elbow from Curtis from top half guard. Jairzinho's trying to move a little bit, but now he's flat on his back. Just barely got out of the way of an elbow. We've got 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the third round. And Curtis is up big time on the scorecards. Now Jairzinho has an underhook on the left side. He's in a much better position to get up if he so chooses, but not anymore. He just lost the underhook. Now he's flat on his back again. It's going to be very hard for him to get out of this. Curtis Blades landing big shots from up top. UFC celebrates HHM. What the fuck is that? I'm getting sidetracked here. UFC's distracting me with their weird advertisements. See, Jairzinho, it doesn't seem like he knows what to do because he just dug that underhook and then gave it back up. He just gave up the thing that he needs to get up, or at least sweep. An underhook can be used for either in this position. He's taking some light shots, some less significant shots right now. It looks like Blades is going to eke out the decision here. Not really eking it out, but you know what I mean. He's not finishing him. He's got good pressure. He's kind of tripoding into Jairzinho's face, putting a lot of pressure on his upper body. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to end. Jairzinho does not know how to get up from here, and he seems content to stay there. He's trying to get up now, but way too little too late. And that's the end of the fight. So, unless the judges are on crack, Curtis Blades should definitely win that fight. Showing a couple of the jabs. Beautiful. So, perhaps the highlight of the fight was that flying knee, but Curtis Blades, vintage Curtis Blades on display. Big takedowns, big ground and pound. and actually some improvement, some serious improvement to his striking. Unless I haven't been paying attention, I don't think I've ever seen Curtis Blaydes display that type of expertise in the striking arts yet. Should be 30-27. Yeah, Al's talking about that eye. That eye was pretty gnarly. Significant strikes, 31 in favor of Curtis Blaydes, 31-25. Total strikes, though, 104-46. Curtis Blaydes had that jab the whole time, and then he had the shorter strikes from the top position. Controlled the top position for 6 minutes of that fight and got 3 takedowns. Man, that eye is so swollen. It's a good thing this wasn't a 5-rounder. That would have given him problems if it went 5 rounds. If it was like a fight night main event or something. I can't hear what Joe Rogan, or not Joe Rogan. What the fuck? Joe Rogan's not even on this pay-per-view. Can't hear what Bruce Buffer's saying. I don't know what he scored it, but Curtis Blaydes with the win. Damn, he's a big dude. Fucking towers over DC. That is a big man. Now he's getting his little post-fight interview. Tale of the Tape says Blaydes still having nightmares about the Derek Lewis uppercut. Yeah, but you know what? He ate that flying knee and then 2 seconds later went right for another takedown. So in that sense, he's pretty brave. But he did fight. I mean, Curtis Blaydes has always had the tendency to fight a little bit conservatively. Look at the Volkov fight. You know, the Volkov fight took place before the Derek Lewis fight, if I'm not mistaken. And he fought very conservatively in that fight too. It's just Blaydes has the tendency to do that sometimes. Hope you guys are enjoying the Fight Companion. Let me know if I'm doing all right with my play-by-play. Or let me know if I suck. My wife says I suck. She's not very nice to me.
Oh my god. You're painting a really bad picture of me.
Well, don't say bad stuff about me when I'm doing my live stream. I got some people joining the Discord. Welcome, Discord people. If you are in this chat as well. I don't know why you would be. Maybe you are. Lucas Acevedo says, Verdum is saying that Blaydes is going to be champion one day. What do you think about that? It's possible. Definitely possible. Did Blaydes fight Ciryl Gane yet? I don't think he has. See, I could see him beating Ciryl Gane. I really could. Because Ciryl Gane is more of a point fighter. And out of all the big heavyweights, he's probably the least powerful out of all of them. You obviously don't want to get hit by him. But when we're comparing Ciryl Gane to guys like Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou and a lot of other people at heavyweight, Ciryl Gane's not that powerful. And really, that's the only thing that deters Curtis Blaydes from getting the takedown. That's really the only thing. He's been unsuccessful with the takedown against guys that are ultra threatening with their power. And while I think it's definitely possible that it's more than possible that Ciryl can beat Curtis Blaydes by just staying on the outside, staying away from that takedown. You know, Ciryl has some pretty underrated grappling himself. I'm not quite sure what his takedown defense looks like because nobody's really tried getting him to the floor. Most of the grappling exchanges that Ciryl has been in were initiated by him. But I do want to see how he does against a more pure wrestler, which if there's anybody at heavyweight that could be considered a pure wrestler at this point, or close to a pure wrestler in terms of style, it would be Curtis Blades. So if we're talking Curtis Blades versus Cyril Gane, then yes, I do believe it is possible for Blades to become champion. If we're talking Curtis Blades versus Francis Ngannou, I really don't think Blades ever beats Ngannou. Francis Ngannou seems to have that guy's number. Oh. Chef Hyrule says, you're doing all right. I've seen worse. Wow. Thanks. I appreciate that. No, I really do. PJ Rivera, Blades is going to have a hard time justifying a fight against Ngannou, who beat him bad twice, and Cyril, who dominated Derek, who KO'd Blades. So we're doing some MMA math here. And I agree with you for the most part, but I could definitely see Blades getting a shot at Cyril way before I see him getting a third shot at Ngannou, is basically the point that I was getting at. Blades versus Stipe would be interesting if Stipe were up to it. That's from Tail of the Tape. I 100% agree with you, my friend. 100%. That would be an interesting fight and would display some grappling from Stipe, I think, which we haven't seen in quite a while. At least not in long spurts. We're watching some Nick Diaz highlights right now, because that's who's next. Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. I hope this is a good fight, guys. I like both fighters. I don't want to see either one get bodied. Carlos Conde versus Nick Diaz. What a great fight. Carlos Conde versus anybody is a good fight, in my opinion. That guy retired recently. You know, I'm probably going to get some people that unsubscribe to me as soon as I say this, but I think that Nick Diaz is a little overrated. I think a lot of people consider Nick Diaz to be the better fighter out of the two brothers, and that may have been true at one point, but I think that Nate is leaps and bounds better than his brother. Not just now because Nick is like somewhat retired, even though he's coming back for a fight tonight, but just like in terms of overall skill, I think Nate Diaz is better, even if Nick was in his prime at the moment, because Nate hit his prime a little bit late, I think. Nick Diaz is walking out right now. PJ Rivera says, I wonder how Nick will react to calf kicks, considering leg kicks have always been the kryptonite of the Diaz bros. He's probably going to react to it the same way he always does. He's going to eat it and talk shit and keep moving forward. I don't know if Robbie Lawler is really going to present that dilemma for him, though. PJ Rivera again says, people forget that Nick Diaz used to do what MVP did and can crush, whereas Nate has fought the best in the UFC consistently. Yeah, and that kind of reinforces my point, is that Nick Diaz looked very impressive against guys that were not in the UFC. But when he fought dudes in the UFC, he looked good. He looked all right, but he wasn't getting like finishes really. And a lot of the guys that he fought in the UFC, he was a lot bigger than. Like the I'm talking to PJ. The BJ Penn fight, it was a good notch on his belt, but he was like a head taller than BJ. Like, all right. Okay. Robbie Lawler getting ready to get in there. But I still pick Nick to win this fight. I don't know. I just have a hunch. I have a hunch that for once, a Diaz brother is going to win by decision. I know. Sounds crazy, right? So Robbie Lawler is in the blue tape, blue corner. They're showing us odds right now, but I don't know how to read odds because I don't bet because I'm very unlucky. And despite my constant involvement in the sport, I suck at picking fights historically. So who is the underdog in this fight? I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at gibberish right now. Plus 35 for Lawler. I think that means he's the underdog, right? Interesting. Very interesting that people have Lawler as the underdog in this fight. And I picked Diaz to win, but that doesn't mean I think he's the favorite. I just have a hunch that he's going to win. I think Lawler should be the favorite going into this, considering how active he's been in comparison. All right, here comes Stockton's eldest son. Mr. Nicholas Diaz. Lucas says maybe 5 years of not getting hit in the head may help him here. You know what? That's a great fucking point, too. That is a great fucking point. Maybe it will help him. Not getting hit in the head is quite helpful. I will say that. Oh. Guys, I am a posture machine right now. I make it a point not to hunch because it'll fuck my neck up because I have a fucked up neck already. And I have been a fucking straight line this entire card. That's not relevant to anything that's going on right now. I just felt like saying that. Look at Boss Rutan in the crowd. Love Boss Rutan. Nick was about to get in the cage with the shirt on. Interesting. I don't know if he knows where he is right now. Okay, now he's taking his shirt off. Okay. Seems to understand that that needs to take place before. Man, even Nick Diaz's fights at middleweight, because he's had many fights at middleweight, he looked in better shape. But I mean, how old is Nick Diaz now? Because I may be giving this guy a hard time when he's like in his 40s. In which case, he looks fucking great for 40. 40-something. He's eager, man. He's eager to get in that cage. That's what it seems like to me. How old is Nick Diaz? Here we go, peeps. Here we go. Fuck, my back is killing me. All right, let's do this. Nick Diaz is 38. Robbie Lawler is 39. 2-inch reach advantage for Nick Diaz. Coming in at 185.5. Didn't want to do that water cut. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage as well, does Nick, rather. He didn't want to do that water cut. And this is 5 rounds. Okay, this should be interesting. Robbie Lawler's MMA record is 28-15-1. He's had a lot of fights. I wonder what Robbie Lawler's last fight at middleweight was. It's probably in Strikeforce. Probably in Strikeforce. It's hard to read Robbie Lawler's expression right now. Nick Diaz, he does not seem like he's, I don't know. He doesn't seem like himself right now. He seems very calm, doesn't seem to be agitated like he usually does when he's in the cage. Wonder where Nate is. I know he's here, but I do not see him in the corner. All right, here we go, y'all. Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler 2, round 1. Oh, they got a camera on the ring girl's little sign? Why would they do that? All right, here we go. Here we go. Round 1, here we go. No touch of gloves. What the fuck? Okay. Nick just did a crazy technique, went for a takedown, and now Robbie's on him, man. He's throwing big shots. Big shots. Big left hook just landed. He's got Nick up against the cage. He's landing big shots. Nick is covering up. Oh, Nick's firing back now. Robbie lands a good shot to the body, lands a good leg kick. Nick's trying to jab himself off the cage. Landing a couple good shots. A good 1-2 there by Nick. Lands the front kick. They exchange jabs. Nick coming back with shots. Nick doesn't seem to be flustered, but he is shelling up a lot, and he does seem very slow. Robbie's a lot faster than him, it seems. 3-punch combination misses every shot for Nick Diaz. Okay, there he goes. He lands a body shot and then a 1-2. They're in a closed stance right now. They're both standing in southpaw. 1-2 misses for Nick. He's looking real slow with his hands. There he goes. A 1-2. Seemed to clip him a little bit with the left hand. Nick switches to orthodox. They're in an open stance right now. He uses it to throw a kick. Now he's jabbing with the left. Oh, lands a nice right hand. Gets himself off the cage. He just took a big, deep breath, though. And now he's back up against the cage. Lands a body shot. Right hook to the body for Nick Diaz. He's eating some leg shots, though, from Robbie. Oh, just ate a left hand from Robbie. Big left hand. 1-2 from Nick. Check that leg kick for once. They're in the pocket right now. They both landed shots there. Good 1-2. Good long-range 1-2 from Diaz. Diaz looks like he's waking up a little bit. He's landing some good shots. Nice body shot by Robbie. Oh, nice left hook by Robbie. There's more of an overhand to left. Nick Diaz is walking through punches now. He just ate an uppercut. He's landing some good straight shots. Diaz just needs to keep throwing straight punches. Those are the only punches that have given him success so far. He's landing 1-2s. Robbie's covering up. He's rolling with the punches a little bit. You know, he's not eating them too bad. But Nick is landing some shots. Oh, nice jab by Nick. Nick seems to be in it now. Robbie's still doing a good job rolling with punches. He's parrying some, eating others. Big left hand by Robbie. Big right hand from Diaz to the body. And again, he switches stances. He switches to orthodox. He's landing left hooks right now. Left hooks to the body. Left hooks up top. Right hand just landed on the forehead. And again, oh, they're exchanging here. A big exchange. Robbie's on him, though. Nick has got his back to defense, but he's landing good shots. Whoo! Oh, big shots, big shots. He's rolling with them, though. Robbie's doing a good job of rolling with the punches. They don't seem to be affecting him really at all. Diaz is shelling up, and now he explodes out, and Robbie's shelling up. Nice kick from Robbie. This is a good fight, guys. This is a real good fight. We've got a minute left in the first round. He's still got Nick up against the fence. Oh, big uppercut. He's unloading now. Oh, and he just ate 3 shots. 3-punch combination from Nick. Whoo! Nice jab from Robbie. Jab to the body. They're trying to clinch. Nick is trying to clinch. Now he backs off. Jab to the body, jab to the head for Nick. He goes downstairs. Both guys are doing a great job of mixing it up. Top and bottom. Upstairs and down. They're both eating shots. They're both throwing shots. Big power shots. Whew. Most of Robbie's punches are power shots. Most of Nick's shots are more, pitter-patter shots, and he's throwing a power punch in here and there, as he's known to do. Wow, the output is insane right now. Big flurry, big exchange at the end of the round. Nice round. Wow, holy shit, this is a good fight, guys. We are watching a good fight right now. I'm loving it. I don't even know where to begin. So much happened in that round. I would say that Robbie won it because of the constant pressure. He was on Nick the entire round. And Nick did a good job at punching his way out of the corner several times. But even still, Robbie was on him. And I would say that Robbie's shots had more of an effect. Like when Robbie landed, Nick, had to collect himself a little bit. Whereas where Diaz landed on Robbie, Robbie kind of just shrugged it off and kept going, kept coming forward. So I give that round to Lawler, but that was still an excellent round. And both guys are looking really good. Diaz seems to have woken up from whatever stupor he was in at the first minute of that round. And we've got ourselves a fight. Second round, here we go. Robbie comes forward and eats a front kick immediately. 2 front kicks. And now a head kick. Oh boy. They're going right at it again. We're 10 seconds into the second round. 1-2 attempted by Nick. Misses. Tried again. He landed. Oh. Just ate some shots. Just ate a knee. Diaz is eating some shots here. He's trying to circle off the fence. Tried to land a knee of his own. Got blocked. Now he's landed consistent left hands from all angles. Oh, he just took a bad body shot and backed off. Just backed off, switched stance. He might be hurt here. He's moving away. He's moving away from Robbie. Okay, now he's trying to fight back a little bit. Nice 1-2. Or left hook to the body. Front kicks from Diaz. Robbie's trying to parry that jab out of the way in order to land a big haymaker. Oh, he just ate some shots, Lawler did. Lawler is still pressuring him up against the fence, but Nick Diaz's output is insane right now. He's throwing like 3 punches a second at this point. Okay, maybe not that much, but still, his output is very good right now. He's trying to circle off the fence, though. Robbie's pressure seems to be tiring him out a little bit. I think, oh, big uppercut. Lawler's output has diminished, even though he just landed a nice left hook right there, right on the temple of Diaz. But Diaz is landing way more shots at this point. That may be a sign that Robbie's slowing down. Robbie's head movement is really good this fight, though. Like, none of the shots are really landing that cleanly. Maybe a few here and there, but he's blocking a lot and moving with a lot of others. He's looking way better than he did in the Colby Covington fight. Now they're in the clinch. Half collar tie. They both landed a few shots, and then they broke it up. Robbie's still on him, man. He's just trying to wade through those punches, roll with them, and land a big shot of his own, which he just did right on the nose of Nick. Nick's trying to move off the fence. trying to circle out, but he's not doing it fast enough, not doing it cleverly enough. Oh, he just landed a nice 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn, they're going, man. Nick literally ran away from the cage to the center, and now they just had a big exchange, which Nick got the better of. He's trying to land that knee, but he's looking slow and clumsy every time he tries to throw a kick or a knee. His hands are sharp. Diaz's hands are sharp, but his kicks and knees are looking like shit. Lawler's still on him, man, but he's eating shots. He hasn't thrown a single punch in like a minute. Okay, there he throws a punch, but it really missed. Okay, he throws another punch. There he goes. Left hook and a right hook seem to land. He's got Diaz against the cage. He's eating shots again, though. He's trying to land the uppercut. Left hook, uppercut. They're in the center of the cage now. Diaz is using that front kick half decently. Throws the kick again. They're clinching. Break it up. Lawler's on top of him. And as I suspected, Diaz has the advantage in the striking department in terms of output. He's got about 30 more strikes than Lawler does at this point. Lawler just ate a big left hook, but now he's landing hooks of his own. Diaz is desperately trying to get off the fence right now, but he's eating shots. Just ate 3 big shots from Lawler. He's putting his hands in Lawler's face, trying to frustrate him. Oh, he just whiffed on a punch and just ate a big counter. Diaz is eating some big shots right now. He's firing back. Oh, he just got hit hard to the solar plexus. He's shelling up right now. He's trying to move his head. He's getting hit. He's getting hit hard. He's running away from the cage. 4 seconds left in the round. Looks like he's going to survive it. That was a harder round to score, guys. It was a much harder round to score. Diaz is landing much more frequently now. He landed a lot in that round. Landed a lot of strikes. But Lawler was still on him the whole time, man. And towards the end of that round, he landed some very devastating attacks. Dude, we still got 3 fucking rounds to go. Holy shit. I don't usually curse this much. But when the occasion calls for it, we've got some holy shit moments on our hands. We do what we must. Round 3. Let's do this. Diaz is looking a little tired here and a little beat up. Robbie Lawler's looking a little beat up. Looks like his nose is rebroken for about the 18th time, but he's looking focused. Diaz is landing some combinations already, but he's backing up towards the fence. Lawler's pressuring him. He landed a nice kick. 3 big body shots and a headshot from Lawler. Oh, he's looking vicious now. Robbie Lawler is coming forward, and he's got a look on his face like he's trying to kill Diaz now. This is vintage Robbie Lawler here. He's throwing big shots. He whiffed on one, landed another one. He just dropped Diaz to a knee. He just hit him hard as Diaz came forward. Now he wants him to get up. Diaz is not looking good. He does not want to get up. They just called the fight. Diaz took a punch. He took a knee. And he gave up. And I do not say that in a derogatory sense. I say that in the sense that he probably made the right choice. He ate a big shot. He tried to fight his way off the fence, and Lawler took a step back and landed a right hand that probably would have dropped a bull elephant. And Nick Diaz took a knee. Lawler backed away to let him back up, and he did not get back up. Big right hand counter. And Nick tried to pull guard to try to get his wits about him. And he knew he was compromised at that point. A guy that is as used to taking head trauma as Nick Diaz knows when he's done. That man is a warrior. But he met his match. Guys, if you're just joining us here on this very first fight companion ever from the Fight Dialogue, we are witnessing some crazy fights right now. We just saw a TKO finish. Robbie Lawler just finished Nick Diaz. It was a fantastic fight and one that was difficult to score right up until Lawler landed a right hand that dropped Diaz to a knee, and the man did not get back up after that. They both looked pretty beat up. Diaz definitely got the worst of it. Lawler looks like he's got a little bit of swelling on his face, and his nose got caved in a bit. But he won. He won emphatically, I would say. And they embrace. And Nick Diaz congratulates Lawler. It was a good fight. And if that was Nick Diaz's last fight, it was a fantastic fight, I got to say. It was a great fight. Chef Hyrule is asking for a trilogy. I don't know if it's going to happen, my friend. Based on Diaz's body language, he seems, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm almost upset at this point. I really didn't want to see anybody get finished. I kind of wanted to see that fight take place for 5 rounds. But goddamn, it would have taken some kind of special inhuman abilities to continue that pace for 5 rounds. Because that was just insane. Had to have been 200 strikes thrown by each guy. In less than 3 rounds. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, guys, I can't hear anything that the announcers are saying, anything that the commentary is saying. Can only hear the sound of my own voice. So I don't really know what's going on right now with the interviews. It looks like they're going to interview Nick Diaz. He's talking to his corner right now. And Daniel Cormier is talking to Robbie Lawler. Maybe I should put closed captioning on and just read it. It's too far behind. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me read stuff like a dummy. Yeah, I would I'm not calling for Diaz's retirement, like, oh my god, he sucks now, he needs to retire, because if you keep putting him in fights like that, like I call them legacy fights, where it's just like you go in there to have fun, you go in there against guys that you're likely to have an entertaining fight with, win or lose. I wouldn't mind seeing him in more of those, but Nick Diaz is an interesting person with a lot of interesting things going on, and I don't know if he's going to come back for another fight. I really don't. He's talking to Nick Diaz right now. Daniel Cormier is. He's not taking his gloves off or anything. I think he's just talking about how hard he got hit. Looks like he's thanking the fans right now. What a great fight. Like I said, if that was Nick's last fight, that was truly a fantastic fight. That's the type of fight that you want to be your last fight, no doubt. Win or lose. Guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is the first time I've ever done this fight companion. I've had the idea to do it for quite a while. Not that it's an original idea. There's a lot of other channels that do stuff like this, but I've been wanting to do it for so long. But I work weekends, so it's very hard for me to get onto YouTube and do this with you guys. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it, so I do hope that you like it, because I'd like to do it again at some point. Holy shit, this is a lot of talking. Like, it's one thing to sit here and talk about fights. It's another thing to try to do the play-by-play. I got a new respect for Jon Anik, I tell you what. I hope I'm doing all right. I'm definitely no Jon Anik, but hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys are trying to like sync up with the with my stream, I gotta figure out how to get that round timer on there, like they have in other fight companions. My mouth is dry. I have to go for a refill soon. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already. Our Discord is popping right now. Join the chat on Discord. Giving my Discord peeps some love. I'm doing horrible in the fight picking contest right now, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember who I picked for the next fight. Oh, wait, the next fight's Valentina. I picked Valentina, of course. I think I made the right pick for the Curtis Blaydes fight. I picked Blaydes to win by unanimous decision, I believe. And I'm one of the few that picks Ortega to win. That's another one where it's just like I kind of have a hunch about it. Not super confident in that pick because my brain is telling me Volkanovski, but my heart is telling me Ortega. Tale of the tape. Nick doesn't want to fight anymore, in my opinion. He pretty much quit in there. I guess. I don't know, man. A guy that's taken that much damage over his career, like when you eat a shot, like sometimes you just know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And I'm not trying to talk like I'm a professional fighter or anything, because I'm not. I've never even had an amateur fight. But there's definitely times where you get hit and it's like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I can take another one. Because at this point, you know, he's probably suffered some adverse effects of his career at this point in his life. Late 30s, you know, he's been in so many wars before. He probably just knows when he's done at this point. Some guys don't know when they're done, and they end up taking a lot of unnecessary damage. If it was anybody else, I would agree with you, tale of the tape. But because it's Nick Diaz, I kind of give him a pass on that one. All right. So we've got Valentina Shevchenko next against Lauren Murphy, and this is a matchup that not a single person in the entire fight picking contest, and I had like, I don't know, 50 people sign up for the fight picking contest this time around. Not a single one picked Lauren Murphy. But Lauren Murphy is a big girl. She's a tough girl. And she's well-rounded. And even if she gets picked apart on the feet, I don't know if Valentina can finish Lauren Murphy because she's just so tough. And Lauren Murphy is actually a pretty underrated grappler. Look at the fight. Was it her most recent fight against Jennifer Maia? Jennifer Maia actually did pretty decently, excuse me, in the fight against Valentina. She had a good first round against Shevchenko. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was in part due to the grappling. I'm watching some Valentina highlights right now of her TKO stoppage over Jessica Andrade. That might have been her last fight, actually. Got the crucifix position and elbowed her into oblivion. Lauren Murphy's got good jiu-jitsu, though. I don't see Valentina out-grappling her unless Valentina hurts her first on the feet. I might need to get a drink real quick, peeps. I'm thirsty. Lucas says he wants to see Nick Diaz versus Donald Cerrone next. That would be an interesting fight. Both guys are kind of in a similar situation in their career. That would be a good legacy fight. 100%. I said it in the beginning of the stream. I'm not wearing these glasses so you can see the reflection of the fights in my glasses. But that may be happening. I don't know. Let me know if you can see the fights in my glasses. That was not my intention, though. I'm just wearing my glasses because I need them to see. Got new glasses, guys. I'm about to be 30 years old in October, and I never thought I needed glasses before, but apparently I've had astigmatism my whole life and passed all my eyesight tests in school, so they missed me. I've been walking around visually impaired my whole life. All right. Looks like they're about to do the walkouts. Guys, my throat is dry as fuck. I need to get a drink. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. I got a drink, so I'm good now. And I also peed in the toilet. So I'm ready to go. Ready for this next fight. And what many think will be a slaughter fest of Valentina and her prey. I think not. I think it will be a closer fight than many will admit. But I still think Valentina's going to win. I must once again express my appreciation to everybody that joined this stream. It was a little bit random. I just decided to do it. And put it together last minute because I figured, well, I might get out of work early today. So if so, I want to do this because this fight or this card looks incredible. And so far it has been. So I'm glad that I decided to do this. What is this telling me about my audio stream's bitrate? Guys, it's a miracle I can even figure out any of this shit. Now it's throwing other stuff at me. Okay, it says my stream is healthy. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If so, give me a thumbs up or something. Throw me a bone. Let me know I'm good. We got Valentina Shevchenko walking out right now. One of the most technical female fighters ever. I mean, this woman is just... She doesn't make any bad moves. She just doesn't. And she's from Kyrgyzstan. There's not many people from there. I think the ONE FC champion, the ONE FC welterweight champion is from Kyrgyzstan as well. All right. Valentina's about to step into the cage. Tahir Tello asks, has Valentina ever been finished? I don't think so. Definitely not in the UFC. She's lost fights. She lost fights to Amanda Nunes. Controversy aside, but she's lost fights on paper. My face is getting itchy. I'm getting excited. All right. Valentina Shevchenko, 33 years old, 5'5", reach 66.5. So Lauren Murphy is the same height, but she's got not even a half-inch reach advantage. These girls are pretty even. Bruce Buffer looked like he was holding a lottery ticket. He just showed us the other side of his little card that he reads from. Looked like a scratch-off ticket. That's what he does in between fights. He does scratch-offs. All right, they're announcing the judges. Got a 5-round fight. This is co-main event. I didn't realize these girls were so equal in size and physicality. It seems to me like Lauren Murphy's the bigger girl. Maybe it's just because her muscles are more pronounced, I guess. Huge underdog. Plus 850 underdog. I'm pretty sure that's a lot. I don't know how to do anything with bets or odds, but I know that's a lot. Okay, she looks pretty hyped. She looks happy. She looks excited. I mean, this is her moment to shine. All right, Valentina. 21-3. I would imagine somebody had to have bet on Lauren Murphy. They're going to make a lot of money if she wins. Valentina is expressionless. Looks ready to go. All right. She's up on her toes. She's ready. Lauren Murphy looks pretty calm. She doesn't seem overwhelmed. This is a moment that would overwhelm most people. All right, guys. Here we go. All right. They are in an open stance right now. Shevchenko is in southpaw. Murphy is in orthodox. Lauren Murphy seems to be moving a little bit more around than Shevchenko. Shevchenko is heavy on her front leg. Oh, she just landed a right hand as Murphy came in. Murphy's bouncing around a little bit more. Her weight is a little bit more evenly distributed. Still in an open stance here. Murphy looks like she's looking for the right moment to jump in with a quick shot. Valentina's testing her with some leg kicks here. Testing her reaction. She just faked a 1-2. Murphy backed off. Now Murphy's trying to feint her way in. She's throwing the jab out there, not really committing to it. Shevchenko just committed to a left hand there that missed, and Murphy just committed to a right hand of her own that Shevchenko ducked out of the way of. Shevchenko just threw a big left hook with a right kick behind it. Didn't land. Murphy's trying to land some kicks of her own, and Shevchenko's backing off. They're dead center in the middle of the octagon right now. Murphy's settled down in her stance a little bit now. Oh, she just caught a kick from Shevchenko. They're clinching. Oh, Murphy just took a big right hand as they exited the clinch. Okay. Shevchenko just went for a Superman punch that missed. They're still in an open stance. Okay, now Murphy's moving around a little bit more again. She's throwing some feints. Shevchenko's biting on some. She's got out of the way of that jab. She just came in with a big left hook that landed. She's coming in with the jab and then a big left hook, Shevchenko is. She's not really throwing many kicks yet. And the ones that she's thrown haven't really landed. Murphy's showing her a little bit of a level change. Just showing her a little bit of a level change. Hasn't really committed to any kind of takedown yet, though. Shevchenko's pressuring her a little bit, but most of this fight has taken place in the dead center of the octagon. Murphy threw a really crappy front kick right there. Tried to back Shevchenko up, but now Shevchenko leaps in with a combination and landed with the tail end of it. She went for a spinning back kick there that missed. Murphy got out of the way of it. Murphy just tried to leap in with a combination of her own. Didn't land, but now she's pressuring Shevchenko. She got her closer to the cage. Shevchenko just punched her way out of the cage, or just punched her way off the cage, I should say. We're at 141 in the first round, guys. Should have said something before the fight started so you could have synced it up. My bad. Oh, minute 30 left. Looks like Shevchenko's having a little bit more success with her hands. Oh, she landed a couple shots in that exchange right there. Both girls tried to leap forward at the same time. Shevchenko got the better of it. Shevchenko being very cautious here, though. She knows that Murphy hits hard. Murphy showing a little bit of damage on the left side of her face. right under her left eye. Shevchenko's given a little bit of ground. Oh, she just landed a big spinning back fist. And then a left or a right hook behind it, I think. Oh, she went for the head kick that just grazed the hair of Lauren Murphy. Shevchenko might be turning it up a little bit here against the third-ranked Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy just came in for a shot. Shevchenko gave her a right hook and then took her down with a nice body lock takedown. They're in half guard right now. Shevchenko's in top half guard. Let's see what Murphy has off her back. Looks like she's swimming for a butterfly hook on the right side. She's just trying to protect herself from Shevchenko's strikes at the moment. She's throwing a couple heel kicks, and that's the end of the round. Murphy going back to her corner, looking a little bit damaged, a little bit surprised at how the round went. She does not look as happy as she did at the start of the fight. That's to be expected, I suppose. That was a good round for Shevchenko. She definitely won that. Lucas Acevedo said that he found out that Shevchenko lost to Liz Carmouche very early, and this was not in the UFC. I remember now. Okay, let's see some of these replays. As Lauren Murphy is exiting, she is turning to the right. Ooh, that spinning back fist just barely got blocked by Lauren Murphy. If it would have landed, fight might have been over. All right, second round, here we go. There's Mel Gibson in the back. Round number 2 starts off in the center just like the first round. We are at 4:53 in the second round. All right, Murphy needs to be first. Murphy did a lot of standing and staring at Shevchenko, and when she finally did leap in, she would only leap in with 1 or 2 shots that Shevchenko easily countered. She's going to have to be a lot more crafty if she's going to actually land on Shevchenko. Oh, she came in for a clumsy kick, and Shevchenko made her pay for it. Came in for a 1-2. Shevchenko clinches with her. And now Lauren Murphy has Shevchenko up against the fence. She's in on a single. She looked like she was in deep on that single, but she gave it up. Now she's searching for a body lock. She's got one underhook on the left side. She's punching with the right hand. She's got Shevchenko pinned here. Now she's in on this single. She's in on the high crotch. She needs to step around. She's trying to hoist Shevchenko up. Shevchenko is widening her base. Murphy's giving her some knees. She's trying to get that one leg off the fence. Now she has it. Now she has a grip on this single leg. She might actually be able to finish the single leg, and Shevchenko limp legs out, and we're back to the center of the octagon. Very impressive takedown defense by Shevchenko. I thought Murphy was going to get that one. All right. Oh, Murphy went in for another lazy kick and even an overhand right, looping right hand from Shevchenko. Murphy's looking clumsy with those kicks, man. She needs to stop throwing them. At least set him up with her hands or something first. Murphy's throwing some feints, and Shevchenko is reacting to them. Now Shevchenko with the front kick that misses. Murphy just went for a Superman punch and ate a right-hand counter. Shevchenko jabbing her. It's back in the center. Shevchenko is looking good. She's looking loose. She's looking like she definitely has found her range. Murphy still has not found her range yet. I don't think she's really landed cleanly. She's eating body shots now. She ate a left kick to the body and then a spinning back kick that just grazed off of her body. Shevchenko in on a body lock now, takes her to the ground, and we are again in half guard. This time, Murphy does have one butterfly hook, though. She has a butterfly hook on the right side, and she has 2 overhooks. She could use this to elevate and get back up or sweep. And right now, Shevchenko needs to be careful here. Shevchenko has her butt very high in the air, and Murphy had a butterfly hook, but now she loses it. Murphy does not have the butterfly hook anymore. She's trying to look for the lockdown on the leg, but Shevchenko's wise to it. She's not allowing it. Shevchenko's landing some short strikes. Nothing too devastating, but she is putting a lot of pressure into Murphy's face with her right shoulder. It's going to be very uncomfortable for Murphy. It's going to tire her out quickly. Now she's landing to the body, Shevchenko is. They're still in half guard. We've got about 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the second round. Murphy does not seem like she's able to really do much right now. She is getting crushed right now. Her jaw is getting crushed by Shevchenko's shoulder. She does have an underhook on the correct side, but she's not using it. She's not using it to shrimp. She needs to be shrimping onto her left side, Murphy does. But she's not. She has the underhook, but she's flat on her back. They seem to be jockeying for position with their legs at the moment. Lauren Murphy is trying to get a lockdown, but her legs are not in the correct orientation to do so. Okay, now she's bridging. She's getting to her hip, or trying to. She's scooping the leg, and Shevchenko's reacting to it. Now she gives up on it. Oh, she just ate a big elbow from Valentina. That was the best strike Valentina has thrown so far on the ground, and she lands another one. And this is ooh. Okay, that's the end of the round. I thought they stopped the fight real quick. She was landing some really good elbows towards the end of that round. That was a definite win to the round by Shevchenko. I am surprised, ladies and gentlemen. I am surprised that Valentina is so easily out-grappling Lauren Murphy. I thought that it would be much more even on the ground. It appears I am wrong so far. Murphy is just throwing these ridiculous kicks. She's like flailing her lower extremities at Shevchenko, and Shevchenko is just countering with hard punches. And Shevchenko is getting that body lock, by timing Lauren's entry. As Lauren shoots in for a jab or a cross, Shevchenko's just ducking under it and clinching and then getting the takedown from there. Lauren's she's got to completely change up what she's doing. It is not working for her right now. She needs to throw more combinations. She needs to throw more feints, and she needs to get Shevchenko's respect back with some kind of hard shot. She hasn't landed anything significant in over 10 minutes. We're at 4:41 in the third round. Oh, Shevchenko just landed a nice right hand as Murphy came in. They're still in open stance. Murphy tried a 1-2. Didn't even come close. Murphy came in and ate another right hand. She's not doing anything to set up these shots. She seems completely puzzled on what to do. Valentina just went for a big spinning wheel kick that missed. But she definitely still has some pep in her step. Valentina has not slowed down. Lauren Murphy tried to fake there. So she's trying to fake her way in. She's got a little bit of head movement now. She jumped in for a 1-2 but got countered. Shevchenko landing some kicks now. We're at 3:28 in the third round. Shevchenko's having some success with her kicks, but I'm going to say not as much as she usually does, which is interesting. Okay, there's a good kick by Shevchenko. Nice outside leg kick at the end of her combination. See, that's the difference here, is Shevchenko's setting up every shot with something else. Lauren Murphy's kind of just flinging herself at Shevchenko and hoping something lands. God, she's got to stop throwing that front kick. That is a horrible front kick from Lauren Murphy. And then Shevchenko just said, let me show you how it's done. Threw some beautiful front kicks. Shevchenko leapt in for a shot there that missed, but then she landed a kick. So Shevchenko, she's not perfect on all her strikes, but if she doesn't get you with the beginning of the combination, she'll get you with the end of it. Lauren Murphy's not landing it with any part of her combination, and that's if she even throws a combination. She hasn't thrown many of them in this fight. And of course, I mean, it's hard to think when you're getting technically picked apart by one of the best female fighters in the world. Lauren Murphy should go for a takedown or something. She's got to mix it up here. She's been doing the same exact thing for almost 15 minutes now. It was working a little bit at the beginning of the first round, but now that Shevchenko has her range, she's all over Murphy. Murphy's getting outclassed here, and she's going for that rear leg front kick that looks like she's trying to stomp on the wall or kick a door down. Like, it's just not technically sound. And it's telegraphed from a mile out. See, that was a better combination from Murphy. She threw a shot to the body and then 2 shots to the head. They didn't work out, but she needs more of that, and then they will start to work out. Got about 1 minute left in the third round. Murphy throws a kick that misses. Shevchenko throws a big combination, lands an outside leg kick, and those leg kicks are starting to add up now. Shevchenko seems to be more confident in her kicks this deep into the fight. She's pressuring Murphy now. She's trying to get her up against the fence. She's trying to back her up against the fence. She's just subtly pressuring her. She's not really charging at her, but she's just walking her down. Just walking her down, lands a big left kick. Murphy jumps in like a crazy person, and Shevchenko ducks under it, gets the body lock. They're up against the fence, and Shevchenko almost has her back at this point. 10 seconds left in the round, though. It's probably going to end right here. Murphy's just trying to break the hands of Shevchenko, and the round ends. I'm interested to see what the corner of Lauren Murphy is going to tell her. Because she needs to mix things up big time. Murphy's tough. She's taken a lot of punishment so far. Right now, I don't know what anybody's saying in the corner. But I don't know if they have a plan B or C. Doesn't seem like Lauren Murphy's team has really moved on from plan A yet. Seems like she's been doing the same thing whole fight. She's got to switch it up. Guys, if you're joining us, we are on the co-main event right now. About to go into round 4. Lauren Murphy versus Valentina Shevchenko. And here we go. Round 4. 4 minutes and 54 seconds we are at in the fourth round. Both women are in great shape. I mean, they still look as fresh as they were in the first round, albeit one of them is a little bit more worse for wears in terms of appearance due to strikes to the face. Murphy's throwing some feints. She's throwing some stomp kicks or oblique kicks to the legs. She got out of the way of Shevchenko's combination, but every time Lauren Murphy comes in for a strike of her own, she gets countered hard with a right hand over the top. Excuse me. Murphy just threw a feint, and Shevchenko reacted with a spinning back fist that missed. Murphy threw a weird shot, and Shevchenko kind of dropped to a knee, strangely, even though the strike didn't hit her. Those have got to be the worst front kicks I've ever seen from anybody that Lauren Murphy is throwing. I mean, they are just hideous. I'm sorry. She's a good fighter, but she needs to stop throwing those kicks. All right, they're still... Okay, now they're a little bit closer to the cage now, but Murphy's working her way away from it. She's throwing some feints. I'm interested to see what the strike count is right now. I'd be surprised if Lauren Murphy has landed 10 or more significant strikes. And we're almost 20 minutes in. There's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth round. And Shevchenko's walking her down, landing some good straight shots and some kicks. She's had success with that combination. She hasn't had success with her hands in that combination, Shevchenko, but she always lands that outside leg kick. She's ending her strikes or her combinations with a leg kick. She goes for a jump kick right there. Jumping front kick. Lyoto Machida style. And it looked like it grazed off Lauren's face. I honestly think that Shevchenko might be able to... Oh, she hurt her. She hurt her bad. She hurt her with a right hand. She head kicked her, and now she's jumping all over her. She's landing strikes to the head. They're up against the cage right now. Shevchenko has her back. Oh, she's landing big shots, man. And now she takes Lauren to the ground. She's landing big shots on the ground. She's posturing up. She's landing more strikes. She's all over her. Murphy doesn't know what to do. They're in half guard right now. Murphy's trying to control the arms, but Valentina's still all over her. Murphy might be safe now. She's got to hang on for dear life, though, if she's going to survive the rest of this round. We got 1 minute and 38 seconds left in the fourth round. It was a big right hook. She's had success with the right hand all night from the southpaw stance. Landed a counter right hook, and then a left high kick landed right on Murphy's forehead. Okay, things seem to have settled down a little bit. Murphy's gotten her wits about her a little bit. She's about to eat elbows, though. Yep. Oh, big elbows. Big elbows from Valentina. She's trying to finish it now. Murphy's hanging on for dear life. Big elbows. This might be it. Yep, and it is. Valentina with the TKO victory via monstrous elbows from the half guard. That was impressive. That was very impressive by Valentina Shevchenko. And if you say anything about Lauren Murphy, say that she's tough. She's a tough girl. And Valentina just finished a very tough girl that I didn't think that was going to happen like that. Somebody in the chat says, "Thank you for your sacrifice, Murphy." Yes. Brutal strikes from Shevchenko. I want to see that replay, man. Whew. That head kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 punch combination. Every single one landed. My God. She's so fast. And she's so technical. Look at her just landing elbows and punches from half guard. Damn, she's so good, man. She's so fucking good. Murphy's no slouch on the ground. I really didn't think that Valentina was going to have that big of an advantage on the ground. I really did not. But Lauren, she just failed to adapt. She just didn't do anything different as the fight progressed. She didn't change up anything, it seemed. Great win for Shevchenko. Defeats the number 3 ranked Lauren Murphy. 4th round TKO. I at least picked the right winner for that fight. All right. Lucas Acevedo is speaking either Spanish or Portuguese. I don't know because I don't speak it. So I don't know who you're speaking to. What a great card. What a great card so far, guys. I wouldn't even be mad if it ended right now. And we still got one more fight to go. Woo. Crazy. Second most title fight wins in women's UFC history with 7. She is second only to Amanda Nunes, who has 9. She may very well break that record. She is considerably more active than Amanda Nunes at the moment. Really appreciate you guys joining me for the very first ever fight companion of the Fight Dialogue. Got out of work early, and I said, fuck it. Let's do it. And here we are. PJ Rivera says, Valentina could have finished her in any round. You know, I was just about to say, right before she landed that combination that dropped her, I was just about to say that Valentina could probably just pour it on at one point or at any point and finish the fight, because she was clearly just displaying 100% dominance. Lucas says, not doing great with my picks at the moment. Yeah, neither am I. I mean, I picked some of the winners correctly, but I did not pick the method correctly for many. Hope you guys are enjoying the first ever Fight Dialogue, Fight Companion. Hope I'm doing okay. I've gotten some good feedback from those that are watching right now. This is my first time ever doing any kind of play-by-play, not just a fight companion, but it's a lot harder than it sounds. I'll be honest. Thought it would be a lot easier to keep up with the action, and things just happen so fast, man, that you're a couple seconds behind by the time, you get your words out. Newfound respect for the commentary team. No doubt. We've got one more fight left, guys. And it is the main event. Volkanovski and Ortega. Jorge Masvidal is in attendance. Man, he's got to cut his hair. He's looking like a weirdo with all those cornrows. And now we must sit through commercials. Lame. Tale of the tape says Valentina is the GSP of women's MMA. 100%, bro. Super underappreciated. Like, women's MMA in general is pretty underappreciated. But I feel like Amanda Nunes like when credit is given to women's MMA, it's usually in the form of Nunes is the GOAT, which she is, but not enough people talk about Valentina Shevchenko. I've been wanting to make a how good is their striking, how good is their grappling about Valentina Shevchenko pretty much ever since I started that. And I haven't decided when is the best time to do it. Usually I do those types of videos right before those fighters have a big fight, because they're trending and gets more views. You got to kind of go with the flow in terms of that if you want to have success on the YouTube. And even though Valentina has had plenty of fights since I started those series, everyone knew that Valentina was going to win them. It's pretty much been a wash every time. And I'm waiting. I'm holding on to the time that will inevitably take place where a contender emerges that has a legitimate chance to beat Valentina. And I think that will be the best time to make a video about Shevchenko and really give that woman the credit that she deserves for being the technical wizard that she is. All right. Chef Hyrule says, Volk ain't a volume striker, but I think he outstrikes Ortega. See, I disagree. I think Volk is maybe not a volume striker in the sense that Max Holloway is, but like he lands, he's, what's the word for it? I mean, he's in and out. He jumps in, he lands a few shots, and then he's out. He's high output in terms of like his energy and his movement. Maybe not in terms of like total strikes, but they pile up over time. By the time you hit the 5th round, the guy's landed 200 strikes on you. Without a doubt. Oh, man. The thing about Ortega, though, is like he's had one fight since returning from that long layoff. And it was an impressive win against the Korean Zombie. But the Korean Zombie wasn't ranked that high when he fought him, What a beautiful spinning elbow that was. That was so nice against the Korean Zombie. But, I mean, it was good. It was a little bit more than a tune-up fight, because that's what he needed coming back from the long layoff of, I think he had hand surgery, Brian Ortega had. So he comes off a 2-year layoff, fights Korean Zombie, who's always tough. Wasn't the highest ranked dude in the division, but still very dangerous. My cat will not shut the fuck up. Sorry if you hear her crying in the background. Fights the Korean Zombie and wins impressively. But in the grand scheme of things, does it earn you a title shot? Should it have? I can understand why they didn't want to have the trilogy fight with Max right away, just because the first 2 fights took place in such close a time frame that we need to give it a little bit more time before we have the trilogy fight, just to build a little bit more interest behind it, I suppose. So we are throwing Brian Ortega in here. But I don't know. I don't know if you can really be prepared to fight for the belt after only having one fight in 2 years. Seems a little crazy. Some guys in the chat are talking about if Nick looked out of shape. And like I said during the stream, like he looked slow. His kicks looked terrible. They looked god-awful. And his hands were a little slow in the beginning too. But then once he started to find his range and get into the groove of things, his hands looked good. His hands were sharp. All right, we've got the walkout here. Brian Ortega, he's dressed like, I don't even know what he's dressed as. He's dressed as a masked lunatic with neon lights. Looks kind of cool, though. Are those masks from The Purge? I think I saw that in one of the Purge movies. Oh, man. Main event. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already. And we did a fight picking contest for this card, sponsored by Rev Gear. Shout out to Rev Gear. Those my sponsor's awesome. They're like, yeah, we'll give your contest winners free stuff. Like, who does that? Fucking great brand. But we do a fight picking contest for every big card, pretty much every pay-per-view. And, of course, the picks are closed now, considering most of the fights have happened already. But the next big pay-per-view we have, jump on the Discord, join the fight picking contest. And you don't even have to jump on the Discord to enter into the contest. You can just DM us on social media or something, or comment below. But it's a lot better to do it on Discord because we've got the rules of the contest and how it works exactly up on Discord. The link should be in the description for that. We've got a pretty good community forming on that. A lot of fun discussions. The Gracie Jiu-Jitsu product, Brian Ortega. He's got his cornrows going again. I don't know how he managed that. It didn't seem like his hair was long enough for that. These cornrower hairdressers are just magical. I said it on one of the podcasts, guys. I think it would be smart for Ortega to test the waters of pulling guard early in the fight. If there's anyone that is going to have success with the strategy of pulling guard, it will be Ortega. He has a very dangerous guard, and his takedowns are good, but I don't know if they're good enough to take Volkanovski down. I don't know if he's going to get Volkanovski to the floor without pulling guard. So while they're not sweaty and they have the energy to grapple, I think it would be smart for Brian Ortega to try to pull guard in either the first or the second round. Because I'll be honest, if he hurts Volkanovski even a little bit with the hands, there's a good chance that he then transitions to a submission. But it's going to be very hard to land very cleanly against Volkanovski. Ortega's got good hands, but I don't know. Volkanovski's fast, man. Volkanovski is lightning fast, and it was hard for Max Holloway to land cleanly on Volkanovski. And here he comes. The Australian sporting a new haircut. A man who is bald, like me. Oh my God. All this talking makes me so thirsty. And I'm down to my second bottle here. Only got a swig left. I have to go through 5 rounds of talking. This is hard. Some of the guys in chat are asking if Volkanovski looks a little bit dehydrated. No, I just think he looks different because he's bald now. That does that to you guys. Trust me, I know from experience. I used to have hair once. I still have most of my hair. I just choose to shave it. I don't want to be the balding man. I'd rather just be bald or, of course, have hair. But I don't want to be stuck in between. And I guess neither does Volkanovski. Because that hairline was going bye-bye. I could tell. All right, boys and girls, if you're just joining us, it is the first fight companion of this channel, and I'm getting sleepy. I need to wake up. We got a title fight. We got a title fight about to happen between Volkanovski and Brian Ortega. Make sure to like the video so that we can get a good grand old party of people watching. May the YouTube algorithms bless me in this hour of excitement. The main event is upon us. Let's see how it goes. Volkanovski is on a 19-fight win streak. I want to see what Volkanovski has in terms of grappling. I don't know if we will, but if there's one contender that might bring up that scenario, it could be the number 2 ranked Brian Ortega. He looks pumped, looks ready to go. Running around the octagon, looks like he wanted to touch gloves or something, or say something to Ortega. Security got in between them. All right, they're about to announce these fighters here. Volkanovski is 2 inches shorter at 5'6", but somehow has a reach advantage. That's crazy. How the fuck does he have a reach advantage on Ortega? Ortega looks like he's got big fucking lanky monkey arms. There's no way he has a longer reach. Am I blind? Volkanovski's arms do not look longer than Ortega's. I'm sorry. Now they do finger. They do fingertip to fingertip when they measure the reach. So Volkanovski might have a larger ape index, which is, I think, when you have like just like a broader shoulder and in proportion to your body. Ortega looks like his shoulders might be a little bit closer together. So that could be the reason. But in terms of just the arm length alone, Ortega definitely looks like he has longer arms. They should just do like from shoulder to fingertips, honestly, because that's really the way the range is going to come into play. All right, Bruce Buffer's doing his thing. It's pumping everybody up. I'm not listening to anything because I'm trying to give a 100% unbiased commentary here. I do not want these fucking commentators screwing me up. All right. He's announcing Ortega right now. He looks like he's mouthing the verse of some song. 15-1-1. It should be 16-1, but he failed a drug test earlier in his UFC career. A little known fact about Brian Ortega. And he admitted to it. Took a performance-enhancing drug. I still love him as a fighter, though. Not going to lie. All right. I don't know what the fuck my cat is doing in the background. Hope you guys can't hear that. Sounds like she's eating something. Sounds pretty gross. All right. Alexander Volkanovski, 22-1. 22-1. All right, guys, call it. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who's winning this? A couple people saying Ortega by sub. That's what I'm kind of kind of hoping for. I'm secretly hoping for as a jiu-jitsu guy that Ortega wins by submission. I'm still a little salty about the fact that Ortega won the rematch against Max because I scored it for Max. So maybe that's another reason I want to see Volkanovski lose. But in all likelihood, this might be another fight that Volkanovski wins. Ortega looks taller than 2 inches taller. Looks like 4 inches taller. They do touch gloves. As I suspected, I believe that the beef is kind of artificial between them. I think they did that to hype up the fight for the most part. I don't think these guys really have a hard time with each other. All right, here we go. The fight's about to start. And they touch gloves. Round 1. 4 minutes and 54 seconds left in the round. They are in a closed stance, both in orthodox. Volkanovski looks his usual self in a wide stance. And Ortega is heavy on the front leg. He just barely checked that leg kick. And Volkanovski got out of the way as Ortega came in. Ortega's still heavy on the front leg. He's going to have to watch out for Volkanovski's kicks. Checks one, goes for a counter left, goes for a right kick. Everything missed. Volkanovski was way out of the way. All right, Volkanovski is testing him with some front leg kicks. Now they're in an open stance. Ortega's switching from southpaw to orthodox. He's in southpaw right now. He's checking the kicks of Volkanovski pretty well. He just landed a kick of his own that was blocked by Volkanovski. Volkanovski is showing him some different things. He's faking. He's changing his levels a little bit. A couple pump fakes. He's faking. And then Ortega just ran in, landed a couple jabs. Volkanovski is changing levels a little bit. He's throwing the jab out there. He's testing Ortega. He's trying to get his range, and lands a nice jab as Ortega came in. Very stiff jab from Volkanovski. Volkanovski is leading the dance a little bit here. He's coming in, landed a big right hand, but then Ortega landed a nice right hand counter behind it. Ortega got stuck up against the fence briefly. Now they're back in the center. Ortega throwing some kicks, having a little bit of success with them. Just ate a big right hand from Volkanovski. They circle back to the middle of the octagon. Ortega came in and ate a left hand counter for his trouble. They're in a closed stance right now, both orthodox. We are at 2 minutes and 38 seconds in the first round. They're exchanging kicks. They're in an open stance now. Ortega seems to be the one that is more willing to switch stances, but now he's up against the fence. He's trapped here. Ortega just ate a kick, and then he ate a check left hook. He's advancing forward, and then Volkanovski is countering beautifully. Volkanovski's still throwing a lot of fakes out there. He's using his left hand to measure distance. Just threw a huge jab, that landed, and the eyes rolled back of Ortega briefly. Now they're in the clinch, and they separate. Ortega's eating some shots here. Volkanovski is definitely landing the harder shots. Ortega seems a little bit flustered right now. Switching his stance a little bit. He has landed. Volkanovski has a cut underneath his left eye. But every time he comes forward, he gets countered. Volkanovski's pressuring him a lot, man. He's got him up against the fence for a long amount of time now. Ortega's circling out. He's back to the center. Volkanovski is changing his levels. Giving a little stutter step there. They're in an open stance. Volkanovski's throwing a lot of fakes, man. Leg kick was caught by Ortega. They clinch briefly, and now they're back to the center. They exchange left hands. Volkanovski's finding his range. He's landing a lot of kicks. Ortega answered with a kick that was blocked. Ortega landed a kick, body kick. Oh, he landed a nice leg kick and then a left hand behind it, Ortega did. Now he's coming forward. Volkanovski's getting out of the way of those. Volkanovski's still pressuring him. He's faking. Ortega's biting on the fakes, and he just ate a stiff jab. Alex is faking. And now Brian Ortega is faking as well. He's getting himself off the cage. He just caught a leg kick and threw a left hand behind it. Landed on Volkanovski, the champion. And that is the end of the first round. It was interesting. There's some good strikes landed by both men. I gave that round to Mr. Volkanovski, though. He was definitely leading the dance. Landed a lot of kicks, and his strikes seemed to have more of an effect, more of an impact. A lot of big punches landed for Volkanovski in that round. But he definitely didn't come out of it unscathed. He's got a nice cut underneath his left eye. Big right hand by Volkanovski. Landed flush right on the cheek of Ortega. Ortega had his moments, but the grappling has not been initiated yet. It has not been entertained at this time. Going into the second round now. All right, they're in the center of the octagon. Volkanovski is immediately pressuring him, throwing leg kicks. They're both in an orthodox stance, and we are at 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the second round. Volkanovski's feinting. He's feinting his way inside, throwing kicks. He just ate a left hook, though. Ortega switches back to orthodox, circles away from the fence. Volkanovski goes back to pressuring him. He's measuring distance with the left hand. They're in an open stance right now. Ortega tries to kick. Volkanovski gets out of the way. Volkanovski's faking with the level change. Throwing kicks. Ortega's moving his head, trying to switch his stance a little bit. He eats a shot. He's throwing his hands up, measuring distance himself. He has not tried to pressure Volkanovski at any point. He lands a great leg kick right there, though. Ortega's, when he puts together a combination, he does it well. But so far, he is allowing Volkanovski to get off first in most exchanges, and they just exchange right hands there. Ortega's got his back to the fence here. Volkanovski's on the hunt. He's landing kicks. They're in an open stance. Volkanovski's trying to swat that lead hand out of the way, trying to parry and land the right hand. And he does. And they clinch, and Ortega uses that opportunity to circle back to the fence, or circle away from the fence. He lands a good combination on the champion. Okay, here we are. Volkanovski's switching stances, and he uses that as a diversion to land some kicks and a nice jab. Ortega's got some blood in his face now. He's trying to wipe it away from his eyes. He's getting kicked as he does so. Switching stances, gets out of the way with some good head movement. Ortega does. Eats a leg kick, though. And another. Throws a sloppy head kick that actually almost landed. Volkanovski's feigning his way in with these leg kicks. In and out with those leg kicks. Got out of the way of Ortega's kick. And he's just doing oh my gosh, he's landing big shots now on Ortega. They clinch up. Ortega gets out of the clinch, but he's still up against the fence. Jabbed his way away from it briefly, landed a beautiful leg kick, Brian did. Just did a stutter step and used that to land a right hand on the champion. And now he just ate a body shot and a leg kick. These guys are going back and forth. Ortega is now pressuring Volkanovski for the first time in the fight, it seems. He's not doing it nearly as well as Volkanovski did to him, though. And now they're back to the center. He ate a leg kick, but he ate it in order to land a shot of his own on the champion. They exchange punches again in the center. Ortega's now trying to hit to the body. He's trying to catch Volkanovski's kicks. And now he lands a nice 1-2. In some ways, this is a better round for Ortega because he's landing more significant shots, I feel. He just landed a nice kick there. But he's also eating more significant shots. I think as a whole, the fight is starting to heat up. Both guys are bloody at this point. Ortega is wearing it on his left eye. On both his eyes, it seems, are bloody. And the champion has the cut underneath his left eye from earlier and a cut in his hairline that's bleeding down over his ear. Now he's pressuring Ortega, and he just went in for a combination and completely missed. Ortega got out of the way of it. Now they're in the center. Ortega just lands a nice body kick. Got 16 seconds left in the round. Ortega checks a kick. Switching stances, gets out of the way of Ortega, or Volkanovski, I should say. Volkanovski goes downstairs, lands to the body, lands up top, but then eats a leg kick at the end of the round. And they get in each other's face at the end of the second round. Some gamesmanship. Nothing vicious. I think they both know that they're in a fight now, though. It's a good fight so far. I still think Volkanovski took that round. Man, that's a nasty cut in Volkanovski's hairline. You don't have that hair to protect him anymore, guys. Busted up his skull. Better footwork from Volkanovski. More pressure. And probably more volume, too. I haven't seen a strike count yet. But if I had to guess, I would say that Volkanovski outlanded Ortega in both rounds. But Ortega did land some more significant strikes that got the respect of Volkanovski in that second round. We're about to start the third here. See if anybody chooses to grapple. Volkanovski did shoot for one takedown that he failed on. And we're in the third round now. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third round. They're in the center. Volkanovski's trying to land leg kicks, but they're not. They're not landing. Oh, that one did, though. Kind of buckled the leg of Ortega. And now he's on the back foot. Rushes forward to get off the fence. Ortega's being very aware of his body in the space of the octagon. He knows when he's being cornered and pretty smartly gets out of the way most of the time. Got out of the way of that leg kick. Ooh, ate that one, though. He tried to catch it, though. He's trying to eat them in order to catch them. Maybe he sees that as an avenue to get the fight to the ground. But he's eating too many for my liking at this point. Volkanovski switching his stance. Ooh, he just landed a big right hand. That may have hurt Ortega. If it did, he's wearing it well. Oh, he lands another one. He's wobbly. He's wobbly, guys. He ate a big right hand. He's backing up now. Volkanovski's coming forward with big shots. They clinch. Now they unclinch. Ortega still might be in trouble, though. He's bloody and he's taken 3 big right hands. They clinch up. Ortega lands some body shots in the clinch, and now he's back to the center. Ortega's doing a pretty good job of recovering. He might be mostly recovered now. They get in a big exchange up against the fence. Ortega just ate another shot as he came in to strike the body of Volkanovski. Volkanovski's moving his head a lot. He's blocking. He's getting those leg kicks half caught by Ortega. I think Ortega really wants it on the ground now. Oh, he just ate a jab from Ortega. They're going back and forth now, but Ortega's getting the worst of it, I got to say. He's landing back on the champion, but it's not nearly to the effect that the champion is landing on him. Volkanovski's landing some heavy shots in this round. Ortega's breathing heavy. His back is up against the fence. He ate a big shot, but then he came back with a jab. Volkanovski's faking. He's changing levels. He threw a kick, but he ate a shot for it. It's a nice counter by Ortega. He ate another jab. Ortega is still in this fight. They're in an open stance. Oh, another big right hand by Volkanovski. Faked the right hand, went low with the leg kick, and then back up top. Oh, Ortega just timed it. He's in on a guillotine. He's in a mounted guillotine. He might get this. Volkanovski's struggling. He's in a bad spot. Oh my gosh, if he gets this, he's in such a bad spot. He's in a mounted guillotine. He looks like he's about to tap. Oh my gosh, guys. He's stuck right now. He's stuck. He's grimacing. He's tucking his chin. He's out. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was such a bad spot. He's in mount, though. He's mounted by Ortega. He shrimps to half guard. Ortega's back on his neck. He's looking for a dorsal drop, and Brian Ortega's face is leaking like a faucet. Wow. Volkanovski just hit the sweep. Now he's on top and landed a big shot on Ortega. Oh my gosh, we got a minute and 20 seconds. He just landed another big elbow on Ortega. Another. Big ground and pound from the champion. Ortega's in his close guard. He's taking some big deep breaths. He's trying to shrimp. He's moving around a little bit. And Volkanovski's landing huge shots. Huge shots. Ortega's given up on trying to get up, and now he's just throwing hammer fists. We got a minute left in the round. Big shots. There's blood everywhere. He shoots up for a triangle. He's almost got it. He's got it locked up. The triangle's locked up. The arm is across the neck. Oh, my God. He might get this, guys. He might get this fucking triangle right now. Dude, this is crazy. They're looking at each other. He's got this triangle. He needs to just land shots from here. It's too slippery. There's too much blood. He just got out of the triangle. He almost takes the champion's back. And he hits the sweep, and now the champion's on top. Volkanovski's landing shots again. This round is fucking bananas. He's landing big shots again from the guard. I probably just woke up every single person in my fucking house, and Ortega's getting beat up badly from the open guard. He's taking big shots. He's barely blocking them. Now he's not blocking them at all. This might be it, guys. We got 2 seconds left in the round, and I don't know if they stopped the fight or not. Ortega's just laying on his back. He seems to be in his corner already, and he's getting up to the stool. Okay. As of right now, it would appear this fight is continuing. Holy shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. Guys, that was an insane round. So much happened. Ortega's looking like shit right now. He's cut up all over his face. His nose is just bleeding all over the place. He's swollen up. He's getting up off the stool. He's getting back in it. His eye is swollen up, guys. I don't know how the fuck Volkanovski got out of those submissions. I really don't. It had to have been the blood. It had to have been. Now the doctor's looking at the cut on Ortega's face. He's asking him to follow his finger. I don't know. I don't like the way that Ortega's reacting right now. They might be stopping the fight here, guys. Ortega looks dazed. They're asking him questions, and he's kind of just like meandering around. He doesn't look like he can see. I don't think he can see. They're asking him to follow the finger. All right. The fight is going to continue, it seems. Both guys are wearing damage, but Ortega's definitely wearing more. All right, here we go. Ortega, he looks like he has his feet underneath him now. Goes in for a jab. They're in an open stance. We're at 4 minutes and 48 seconds in the fourth round. I don't know if my heart can take anymore. We're seeing less output from Volk, even though he just did land a nice kick. He's landing some jabs here against Ortega. Ortega still has the presence of mind to stay off the fence, which is a good sign. He's moving his head around, but he's still getting kicked in the legs. Just barely got out of the way of that overhand right from Volkanovski. All right. They're in an open stance. They're circling each other in the center. Volkanovski misses. Volkanovski's looking slower, guys. He just threw a leg kick and then got countered heavy by Ortega. Ortega parries the jab of Volkanovski. They're in an open stance. Volkanovski's faking the kick. Just came in with a big left hook that landed. They just exchanged jabs, but Ortega got the worst of it. Volkanovski came in, and Ortega just clinched up. He's looking for a takedown. He almost got it. They're an over-under against the fence, and Ortega just landed an inside trip. Now he's on the neck of Volkanovski, but he's about to fall to his back, which is not a good sign. Oh, he's got the Darce choke. He's got the Darce choke right now. Volkanovski's good right now. His arm is not across his face, but once it gets across his face, he's going to be in a bad spot, and that's what Ortega's working for right now. He's using the fence to pressure off of it. He's trying to get on top of Volkanovski, and now Volkanovski's on top of him. The Darce choke is finished. Ortega looks tired, and he's stuck in half guard. He's going to eat shots here, and if he doesn't get up, Volkanovski might finish this fight right here, right now. He's already landing some ground and pound. Ortega's trying to angle off the fence, but he's eating elbows for his trouble. He needs to block his face. Volkanovski's in knee on belly. He's complaining about something, but he's still throwing strikes. Ortega's landing some elbows from the bottom. He's pushing away. He's in open guard. He needs to protect his face. Volkanovski's coming in for some shots. He's fishing for a triangle. Ortega's fishing for technique still. Now he's in open guard. Volkanovski's trying to pass but failing. Now he's content to sit in the guard of Ortega and throw shots, which he is, successfully. He's landed 43 ground strikes so far. We've got 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the fourth round, people. He's landing big shots on Ortega. Ortega needs to move, because if Volkanovski keeps unloading, he's going to win this fight. He's rotating. He's threatening with arm bars, but he's still getting beat up. They're in open guard right now. Huge shots. Volkanovski's just hammer fisting away now. Ortega got out of the way of that one. He's blocking some of them, but eating a lot more. Herb Dean's telling him to move, which he is. He's shooting in on the leg, but unsuccessfully. Volkanovski's, his arm got stuck briefly. Ortega's looking for arm bars and stuff, but now he's getting hit again. This is just an absolutely grueling war. This is crazy. They're in closed guard. The volume has decreased from Volkanovski. He's putting him in a can opener right now to open up the guard, which he does successfully. He's landing more shots now. Ortega's moving around a little bit. Guys, we've got 30 seconds left in this round, and Ortega, let's be honest, has probably lost every round. He's getting up slowly. They're standing him up. They're back to their feet. We got 20 seconds left in this round. Ortega is not looking good. Eats a leg kick from Volkanovski. 10 seconds left in the round. Ortega's looking slow and beat up right now. Volkanovski is still looking fast. He lands a hard jab. Lands a body shot. They clinch up for the end of the round. And that's it. Guys, remember what happened in the Max Holloway fight. Brian Ortega was put in a very similar situation where he was getting beat up and his corner actually threw in the towel at the end of the fourth. It might happen again now. It would not surprise me in the least. This is wild, though. Despite all of that, Brian Ortega is still going for submissions, and he came very close with that Darce choke. His arms were probably gassed, though. I'm not going to lie. See, this is why I said he should have went for grappling in the first round. He might have gotten those submissions if they weren't so damn sweaty and bloody. Man, Ortega's looking like shit, man. All right, he's going back out there. His corner has not thrown in the towel. He's talking to himself. Here we go. Let's see what happens in this fifth round. The doctor's going to look at Ortega again, it seems. They're asking him questions. He's kind of looking around and answering. And Volkanovski's getting mad about it. Think it's given him time to recover, which is a fair complaint. And here we are in the fifth round. Ortega has a little bit more pep in his step than he had in the fourth round, but he's still not looking good. Volkanovski still has energy. Just ate a shot, though. He ate a shot from Ortega. Volkanovski's pressuring him up against the fence. Ortega just jabbed him. It was a light jab, though. It didn't have anything behind it. Volkanovski still has some pop in his shot. He can definitely still hurt Ortega. Even if Ortega lands cleanly at this point, which he just did with a head kick, I don't know if it's going to be enough to put Volkanovski away. I think the only way Ortega wins at this point is with some kind of crazy submission. And considering how the rest of the fight has gone, I don't know how likely that is either. Ortega's thrown every submission but the kitchen sink at him, and no success. But he is in on a takedown now, but he had to give up on it. He lands a good elbow there on Volkanovski. Yeah, where's those elbows at? Where's that spinning Korean zombie elbow that he had success with in their fight? He hasn't thrown it at all in this one. Maybe he pulls the rabbit out of his hat in this fifth and final round. He's up against the fence. Volkanovski's pressuring him, but Volkanovski just missed, and I think they just headbutted each other accidentally. Herb Dean is stopping the fight to make sure that they're okay, because that was, in fact, a headbutt. This is a war, guys. This is a fucking war. Volk lands a leg kick, but eats a right hook for his trouble. Ortega's coming forward. He's trying to land shots. He just ate a couple shots, but then he landed a nice 1-2. Ate a stiff jab. Ortega has come alive a little bit. He's coming forward. There's 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. What's going to happen? He's landing shots on the champion in the center of the octagon. Oh, he ate a big shot. These guys might just slug it out for the rest of the fight, and you're not going to hear any complaints from me. He just caught a leg kick of Volkanovski. He's up against the fence. He's pressuring him, and he let him go. Not sure why he didn't jump on him there. Oh, he just ate a bad shot. Maybe he's afraid that Volkanovski's going to sweep him, even if he does get on top of him. That has happened twice so far. Oh, good God. I don't know how Brian Ortega's taken this much punishment and is still standing and still coming forward. He covers up there. Oh, nice check left hook from Ortega. Volkanovski got hit again with a right hand. Ortega might be winning this fucking round. He ate a shot and countered with a right hand. Got jabbed. Brian Ortega's coming forward. He landed an uppercut, landed a good combination. Landed a counter right hand. Volkanovski is slowed down. He's a bit more flat-footed. Lands a kick, but it didn't have anything behind it. Ortega's faking. He's throwing a couple fakes. Now he's getting pressured by Volkanovski. He's circling. Ate a 1-2 from Volkanovski. They're both in orthodox stance. Ortega's coming forward. We got 1 minute and 7 seconds left in this fight, guys. This is crazy. They're clinched. Volkanovski has double unders. Ortega gets out of it. Lands a couple light shots. Ortega's coming forward for one of the few times in this fight, in this 25-minute fight. We've got 44 seconds left. He just caught a kick. Tried to land a punch. Tried to land a flying knee. Didn't have success with any of them, though. Brian Ortega is coming forward. He lands a kick. Gets caught. Gets put down. We got 30 seconds left. I think they've given the silent agreement to kill each other for the last 30 seconds. They're looking up at the clock. They're ready to go. They have full respect from each other. The crowd is on their feet. And let's see if we have one last flurry here. Ortega's coming forward. He's landing big shots. He's landing big shots. Might be too little too late, though. Lands a left hook. And what a fantastic fight. Wow. What a fantastic fight. Honestly, might have been one of the top 5 best featherweight fights, at least championship fights. I think if you could give Ortega any of the rounds, it might have been the 5th round, but that's still me being generous. Volkanovski probably won every single round. But goddamn, that 3rd round, he knocked him down with the left hand, jumped on a mounted guillotine, and couldn't get it. Then he had the triangle. He had that triangle fully locked up. The arm wasn't quite across the face, but it was deep, man. Those legs were locked. And then he gets swept and gets the shit beaten out of him. Barely made it to the stool. Huge strikes from the champion. And then in that 5th round, man, Ortega came alive a little bit. And that last flurry, he landed some huge shots. I mean, we got our money's worth tonight, y'all. That was fun. That was a blast. Wow. Like I said, when I go to bed tonight, my wife is going to be so pissed off at me because I screamed through the entire 3rd round. Holy Moses. Yeah, I think that's a clear win for Volkanovski, guys. What an epic fight, though. No respect lost whatsoever from either guy. Beautiful fight. Look at Volkanovski, man. He's still fired up. I got to say, though, that's probably the most damage I've seen done to Volkanovski and the most trouble we've seen Volkanovski in, without a doubt. We saw him get hurt by Max Holloway, but we never saw him like this close to being submitted before. My gosh. What a legendary fight. Fantastic. I'm so glad I bought this card. I'm so glad I did this fight companion, guys. This was fucking fun. It's a lot of fun. I hope I get another opportunity to do this sometime soon. what else can I say? Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I just did 3 hours of Fight Companion, and I just watched some awesome fights with you guys. I need to go ponder the greater mysteries of life now, because it's just incredible. All right, guys. I'm exhausted. I just worked for a whole day, and then I just expended a lot of energy doing this little live stream here. Like I said, hope you enjoyed it. I plan on doing another one. I don't know when it's going to be, but hopefully soon, because it was fun. And we'll figure out a way to get Al in on this too. That way it's not me doing all the talking, because it's fucking difficult. You guys know the drill. Like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, check out channel memberships, and we'll be doing a podcast on this, me and Al, very soon, hopefully by tomorrow. We've also got a big interview coming up. Interviewed a big name dude. So you'll see that in the pipeline very shortly. And then we've got Tony Ferguson's grappling. How good is Tony Ferguson's grappling that I'm working on? And I know you guys are excited for that one. So again, I thank you. I love you all. Peace out, Girl Scouts.